you see, couple handfuls of hackers with that black hat mentality. Most of us got records cause we feel compelled to flex. All compulsion body systems that we probably born to wreck. Mad respect to my hacker got nicks. Hacking our election process like a boss bitch. This type of terrorism really look terrible. Ain't no bloodshed, nobody count, just some variables. Had a few here, subtract a few there. Load up all your Twitter bots and teach your crew there. Fair more on me, folding up the shop, origami. Never betting on the horses, betting on the jockeys. So stick a fork in them, book a process, stick a fork in them. Database push right to the open. Google dork in them, stick a fork in them, book a process, stick a fork in them. End of my world, as big as it look. Think our God is doing modesty, no page in the book. To teach you anything we learn, no mistake, and we crook. Then we be chopping up the blade like a fish and look. And our weaponry is definitely out to say the least. We ain't gotta roll a bunch of things and tear them down these streets. We just pulled a couple future ponies, parties, push release. And for live, cootie ties on the menu, fucking beast. End of my world, as opaque as it look. Think our God is doing modesty, no page in the book. To teach you anything we learn, no mistake, and we crook. And we be chopping up the blades like a fish and look. And our weaponry is definitely out to say the least. We ain't gotta roll a bunch of things and tear them down the streets. We just pull a double future ponies, parties, push release. And for live, cootie ties on the menu, fucking beast. Been preparing hella years. My disciples on the globe have been sharpening their spears. On my peers in the battleground, we're shifting from the barrels of these smokers to an internet of things. Moving packets off of toasters and the public stay complicit. Every time they pay a visit to my malware, I'm racking up them digits and these kids are getting sick with it. The targets are ubiquitous, ubiquity, St. Nicholas, my hackers with the impetus. 169 to 54. Infiltration, cloud credentials, straight out the front door. Let them know from the service, I'm my execution sucia. Computer door astucia, Accucino Russia. Welcome to my world, I'm a global, got it on it. Any network put a posse on my hungry young is on it. And his curtains, grab your nuts and take a seat up at my table. Whether wireless or cable, I've been hacking since the cradle. You heard. End of my world, as opaque as it look. Think our God is true and modesty, no page in the book. To teach you anything we learn, and no mistake, and we crook. And we be chopping the blades like a fish and look.
All right, let's kick this. Welcome back! We're live! DEF CON 201, television, 7 p.m. Thursday. It's time for another episode of Archvile in Linux Perspective. I'm your host, G.I. the Wolfman Jack. DCG 201. We are now DCG because the DEF CON Groups program. What's it called? Coming up for tonight, this episode. Everyone's talking about it. The forums are the forums are abuzz with this. We're going to be exploring GNOME 40. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Latest and greatest GNOME desktop environment. I've gone away from the semantic versioning and just calling it 40, which kind of makes sense. So let's see. We're about to preview this, but let's see what people are saying about GNOME 40. Did you guys upgrade to GNOME 40? There's a lot of errors. Errors? Huh. Whoopsies. Hold on. Let's shrink myself down here and let's explore GNOME. So as you've noticed here, this is still GNOME. What's it called? This is still 3. This is still 338. I have not upgraded here, and I do not think I'm going to upgrade directly on metal, and it's gonna be a little hard because I'm streaming on OBS, so that makes it a little more difficult. But what I'm gonna do here is power up a virtual machine and give Gnome 40 a go. But first, cannot stage actors and okay. JavaScript errors. Oh my God. Need a beer already. We have this awesome Polish beer that we got. Big Polish Easter. Side Pocket likes to make every year. So let me crack open a beer where we kind of... Other end. Whoopsies. It's a little frustrating. Not my usual bottle opener. I usually have another bottle opener. That bottle opener's gone somewhere. Anyways, cheers, everybody. Let's check chat real quick. All right. JavaScript errors. Undefined values. So what they're trying to say right here, GNOME has no values. Let's take a look at this. Oh, Windows Navigator extension does not work. The extensions might be broken. Oh, the ArchWiki has an example. GNOME is an example of ignore group GNOME. Okay, so there's one installation. But time to fire it up and see how it goes. I have this virtual machine right here. Fresh install of Arch. VirtualBox guest utils. That might help. Let's install this. Need all the proper drivers. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions about GNOME, GNOME 40, Archlinux, myself, DEF CON Group 201. So let's install, let's go ahead and get GNOME installed. Pacman. This is all you have to do. Pacman S, GNOME, GNOME Extra, install Xorg. Why not? Technically, you do not need Xorg. You can just run this in Wayland, but why not? All. We need a font. Deja Vu. Why not? Deja Vu is a good free font set. It's XDG Desktop Portal. Let's go with the GTK one. And go. And let's watch this go. Well, this is going. Let's put some YT Cracker back on. Nice little bed level. Uh-oh. Browsers crash. All of them crash while playing YouTube videos. Okay, so this is definitely something right here that we want to try. Let's see if we can recreate this error.
Not
Dual
every
core.
geek with a Commodore 64 can hack into NASA.
This one's dedicated to all the hackers. Yo, even out, settle scores quick. My disaster recovery requires even more discs. Put your bytes up, prove it or you forfeit. Got my C64 and we blew it into orbit. M Bison with 8 straight perfects. Overrolled emotions make hate break circuits. In case
Yep.
you heard, it's a name fix.
Shout out to Young Internet, Nerdcore. Yeah, I'll try and get some Young Internet. What's it called? All the things. We're in every ring. 3, 2, 1. We're in every ring. It's like a subgenre of kind of nerdcore, just hacker rap. Some real shit. Yeah, Dual Cool's cool dude, man. And he also drops 0 Days of Con, so like he's like serious business.
I'm just waiting till my BlackBerry dies, 'cause I'll replace it with the Raspberry Pi. Don't compare to this track, it makes everything they said dull. Neutralize any threat, turn Red Skull to Dev Null. They killed virus writers that we mentioned, but instead they ascended to the VX heavens, then reincarnate as live wires. Still inside we hide ciphers and signed device drivers. Which school will we hit next? They didn't learn the format, so we've got to print F. Next step is a chin check. Freestyles that I spit best, they didn't decrypt yet. I crush internet MCs and rhyme battles. Get your Wi-Fi tackled, hacked by pineapple. I don't think you'll like my Snapple, 'cause I popped it with vodka in a cyanide capsule.
Oh yeah, I know who they are, man.
We drink all the
I know they are.
hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. Got this vodka and this Red Bull, they still give me wings, so we drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things.
You know there's gonna be security, right?
First we drink all the booze, then hack all the things, then backdoor the firmware on anything you bring, regardless of the hardware, service or encoding, connected to the internet and someone's gonna own it. This is for the pirates that clap and love the sound, attacking from the cloud, then we're back in underground. There's no masking from us now, we pop Tor nodes around the globe, track and hunt you down. Hacked on schedule, add it to your calendar, devices online, here comes another challenger, state infiltrated, so undercover. This is for my comrades who stare at the debuggers and trace every buffer, examining the code flow, haven't been to sleep, better pop another no-dose. I think I'll need a planet-sized urn, 'cause some men just wanna watch the world burn. Your turn.
Stay out of jail.
Technologically possible, yeah.
Drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. Got this vodka and this Red Bull, they still give me wings, so we drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. 0 through 3, we're in every single ring.
I mean, these servers have more firewalls than the devil's bedroom.
Hack all the things. Hack all the things. Hack all the things. Hack all the things. 0 through 3, we're in every single ring. Hack all the things.
Yeah, well, good luck, man.
And it's still going. Huh. So let's review here. Gnome 40. So what are some other people saying about Gnome 40? Well, this installs. Huh. You don't say. Huh? Okay, so this guy just doesn't like no shell. Which is understandable, because, I mean, different strokes for different folks. Like, you know, like, not everybody likes the same thing. This guy just doesn't like Gnome Shell. So most of his complaints are the same complaints about Gnome 3. You know, so you kind of understand it. Like, some people don't like it, but I like it. And that's why I use it. And people who don't like it are absolutely free to use somewhere else. I know this is. I'll update that statement too because, well, uh, you kind of say that. I kind of want to address like the whole Gnome 3 situation, and you know, as much as I actually like Gnome 3 and I use Gnome 3, how it happened, I'm still kind of not happy with it, especially how it happened with the community. Because at the time when Gnome 3 was released with Gnome 2, Linux literally had desktops combined had about 5% of the desktop market share. That's like the most it ever had 5% of the market share. Windows was crashing and burning. Nothing really good on Mac end. Might actually say that it's like GNOME 228 or whatever that late version of GNOME 2 is probably the best user interface that there was at the time. Most of them, there were still some minor technical issues, but most of the big technical issues were worked out. Most of them. That's back. You had Compiz, you had the Cube. If anybody remembers the Cube, everything was pure eye candy. You installed a Ubuntu desktop, everything worked. There was still some driver issues. AMD cards really didn't work right, but if you had like proprietary NVIDIA driver, which Jockey GTK would recommend you install on Ubuntu, uh, everything would pretty much work. Dual displays would work. Not an X, but there was a proprietary NVIDIA extension. The NVIDIA binary driver was performant. The cards just worked. Nothing blew up. Sound for the most part worked and mostly worked. You know, you kind of plugged everything in. And Pulse audio was good enough that most of it worked, right? And then Gnome 3 happened. It's not necessarily that Gnome 3.0 was terribly unpolished. Things like lock screen, there was no lock screen. It was just Gnome Screensaver, which was a blank screen, and all the OpenGL screens went away. It was a major step back. A lot of the later features they add on wouldn't be there. It was just a major disaster. And then like from 3.2 to 3. Like 12, they just broke GTK. They just broke backwards compatibility with the themes like and plugins like every point release for about 2 years, and it was an utter disaster. So, but not only was it that a disaster, it's just the interaction with the rest of the community from like the Red Hat and GNOME team. They didn't give a shit what anybody else thought. They was like, we're gonna do this, and you do this because we're GNOME. Uh, and not saying that everyone was completely innocent. It's just they started a massive flame war. That kind of more or less just uh, tore apart the community. And then after that, just Linux usage just tanked because people just stopped caring at a point. Okay, so it looks like this is installed. So now this is installed, we're going to use system ctl enable so let's take a look at this GTK4 GNOME 40. First looks. Hmm. Let's check. Let's check chat. Uh, first looks. Let's see who's. All right. Let's. What is this? Huh. Let's see if we can do something with that screen size. Huh. What am I missing here? Probably forgot to mod probe something. Oh. Forgot the modules. All right, so let's install the DKMS module because I run the LTS. All right, once we get these headers installed, let's. Should have said burned because that's exactly what it did. Yeah, kind of burned, crashed and burned, which is really unfortunate. I mean, because even if somebody who likes GNOME 3, I mean, it's just that like one thing that Linux has like more than any like one desktop or any one like DE or window manager or whatever is a community. And especially when you have like, if you have like one crash, like desktop crash and burn, that's like whatever. When you have one of the big ones like GNOME or KDE crash and burn, and you have like GNOME, which is like the biggest one crash and burn, that kind of hurts like the entire community, really. It's like a big tree falls in the forest and then just knocks down everything else. So that's just not good. It's just definitely not a good look for anybody. So let's reboot that. So let's see if this grumble, grumble, grumble. But what is? There we go. So this looks more like GNOME, where the activity does this, as opposed to this is the start menu now that goes like this on the bottom, as opposed to this is the old GNOME like this, where it's on the side. Huh. Hmm. All right, manually resize this to something a little more reasonable. There we go. Really? Come on. Well, maybe there's those issues we're talking about. You do a resize and bam. So we're doing Gnome 3 in chat. Questions, comments, Gnome 3. In this case, I think we're watching Gnome 3 crash and burn. So let's go back here. But this is it. This is kind of, they had the activities in the bottom like this. Let's take a look into, hmm. All right. Hi, what's it called? Hi, yes, yes, yes. So let's check some of the issues here. That's so I guess nothing really too much has changed. I guess the installation CD is still in or what's it called was still inserted. Yeah, but this is GNOME shell. Let's see if we could go check some of the issues. When using extensions. All right, so right now we're not using any extensions. Let's check the default web browser. So YouTube. Let's actually try YouTube. Let's pick a random video. All right. I mean, it works. Let's try enabling some extensions here. Let's see if we can go the ones I normally use. We have places. Seems to work. User themes. Config. Seems to work. All right, colors. Color from system theme. Tango dark. There we go. What else we can install? Let's install Firefox. So what's the history of GNOME and the GNOME Wars? Is it like Star Wars? Yes, it's kind of like Star Wars, except for there was no real good guys and nobody really won. So there was no happily ever after. It's kind of like Star Wars, but we're in like both sides were like the bad guy. And oh, and here we go. Glitch, 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 glitch. I'm not sure if this is VirtualBox or if this is GNOME, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. Temporary until GNOME 4D unfucks itself. Yep. Let me just stick that right there in the block. Yeah. Definitely next time we're going to get a little guard gnome. For every time we do gnome, a little guard gnome, and guard gnome's gonna be a mascot. Guard gnome's gonna be a desk, and just cheer me on anything gnome related because reasons and stuff. So let's see if a log out would do the trick, or am I gonna actually have to power this? Oh. It's like a bad Nick Cage movie, only fun from a third-person perspective. Yeah, pretty much. Sounds about right. Back in GNOME 3. So let's see how this goes when we set a theme. Have moved from FlatHub. Your distribution does not include it. Extensions management has moved to GNOME extensions. We recommend downloading GNOME extensions. Oh, finally, as opposed to just tweaks, there is direct support for GNOME extensions and something other than the web browser because of good. Oh, um, that's not supposed to be there like this. Glitch, 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 glitch. I don't know if this is GNOME. I don't know if it's a VirtualBox. If it's just a VirtualBox being VirtualBox. At this point. Okay, so at least this works. And this does not. Actually, let's see here. Let's actually check out settings. Here's GNOME settings. GNOME settings, displays. Here we are, GNOME version 40.0.0.0. Windowing system is Wayland. Let's turn this off. Automatic suspend. Let's turn this off as well because we're doing live. Anything? Oh, there's a new icon for Microsoft Exchange, Nextcloud, Google, Flickr. Well, okay, there's different ones for an actual Microsoft Exchange. Nothing really new here. Switch it to a light bulb. What else is here? Privacy, location services, camera, microphone. Looks like none of this has really changed in the last versions of GNOME 3. Sound looks like the same sound. Looks like really not much has changed here. This is, yeah, so this is, let's, even just the same. Let's try Xorg. We were thinking more like the toupee in Bangkok Dangerous. No, the name is an invitation to cross. Fated people to rent from Red Box during midnight Munchies run. All right. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Num shell gets resized. Let's actually check this out. Let's go to here, where we have a little hamburger button. There's a few ones. There's the web, calendar, music, software. Show applications. Normally you don't do this because normally you know exactly what, so you just start typing. But let's actually see here. Weather. Let's check this out. Let's see what the weather is in Jersey City, New Jersey. All right. Looks like there's a moon. There's a moon. Yeah, it's absolutely great. There's a moon. Looks like it's gonna rain on Sunday. All right. I guess that's slightly more interesting and slightly more useful than it was in this version of Gnome. So yeah, this is, or not really. This is kind of current version, and then we kind of went to from like kind of this to kind of um to kind of this. I don't know. I don't know if this feels like an upgrade. I really don't know. Let's see what else is done. Obviously, there's no software, no music. Everything starts maximized like it's Windows 3.1. There's Gnome's a 10-bit VirtualBox, which is boxes. That's now a default install. Pretty much the same. Let's check extensions again. Make sure it's let's see what's. Huh? No, it just doesn't want to run. Huh. All right, here we are. Gnome extensions desktop. Let's see why it doesn't want to run under X. Where is the line? Huh. So here we are. This is the extensions app. Let's see why this is not running. Let's run this in the terminal and see why this is not running. The Scooby-Foo of upgrades. Man, I like that. Scooby-Foo. Oh. Gnome extensions received from X Windows Server error. Oh, X error. By the way, this Gnome is pretty much just the old Gnome over again. The Scooby-Foo of upgrades. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like the old Gnome, except for they break things. But now we have a few extensions. Let's see if we can reproduce. Let's actually see if we can reproduce that bug with Firefox or Firefox. Let's add this one. Add to favorites. All right, everyone likes drag racing. Let's take a. And nobody likes ads. Nobody likes ads. Nobody likes ads. Bangkok dangerous. All right. So this is playing. I mean, it plays. I mean, we had an X error, but so far no JavaScript errors. All right, time for some gin and tonic. All right, looks like the best gnome variant about yay tall is in a garden. Right about now. That's what I gotta say. Meet the new gnome, same as the old gnome. Let's see. Now I'm interested. Oh, you just gotta love that sound. Ooh, 11s. YouTube works. Looks like YouTube works. What is this? What app is this anyway? Oh, it's actually a shell script. Oh, that's actually a JavaScript. There's actually a prompt. All right, so this looks like Gnome 3. Anyone have any questions about Gnome 3? I'm almost about to move on. Let's see if a few more. Browse a few more utilities. Oh my. Let's actually just try one more thing. Let's try restarting this again. Hey, GI Jack, what are some unique utilities to GNOME, like the web browser? Well, there's like not much to say. There's its own WebKit web browser called, get this, Gnome browser and Fractal. So there's image viewer here. I have Gnome, kind of looks like I have Gnome always looks like. Comes with this IRC client. Oh, that's lovely. Of course, it comes with like this really Gnome. What's this? GTK research crawl. GIMP users Geary Nautilus. Gnome women. I don't see that app installed. Wait a second. Okay, that was a bad joke. There's no India, GNU Cache. I know, right? They have an app for everything. Uh, you mean there's women that use this? Oh, almost forgot. Of course, there's women that use this. We were just kidding. We love all all the lovely ladies who continue to use GNOME like everyone else. You're awesome, and keep being awesome. So here's no new GNOME maps. Here's Ellis Island. Statue of Liberty, which is one Communipod, Jersey City. Yeah, it looks like the same GNOME maps. Disconnect, reconnect. All right, GNOME OS. This is the shittiest IRC client I think I've ever seen. Is a Spanish-speaking channel is GNOME Python. In case you got a snake, it's for GNOME Python. Um, wow, this might be the most terrible IRC client I think I've ever seen. Close to him. How do you... All right. Jesus, it's ridiculous. What else? What other clients? What other stuff here? Still doesn't work because JavaScript or X. More things that don't work. Does Ninja? What is the history with Gnome and Archlinux distros? Gnome is one of the 6 major desktop environments that is supported by Arch. Ninja OS does not use Gnome because, damn, yeah, this sucks. GTK print editor. More things that don't run. At this point, I'm just gonna call it. Uh, I'm just gonna leave this be for now. I spent 25 minutes looking for difference or something worth noting, but nothing. Any creator who uses the client, I generally think you're the kind of person who dips your pizza in the ranch. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. At this point, we're just going to say, well, we're not going to be upgrading to GNOME 40. It doesn't look like there's anything really exciting about it. I don't really think there's really anything exciting except for breaking JavaScript. It looks like they just broke some JavaScript, like for reasons and stuff. Looks like it's probably more a semantic thing where they probably decided they like the semantics of 40, like as opposed to 3.6, and that's probably what this is all about. Uh, so, next part of the stream, let's get away from this. Let's probably turn this light off here. This thing's like in my face. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh. Ooh, I can see! How's the light? This is my. This. I can see my face. This is fine. It's absolutely fine. Alright, once again, getting out my controller. I've got this a while ago. I used to live in a town with a retro game shop. They have like these retro game consoles. Controller looks like a good old-fashioned NES controller with translucent, and it plugs in, but it plugs into a USB stick as opposed to like whatever that weird connector was that went onto a NES. Whew. All right, ROM time. Oh, here's an important one I haven't played. Anybody remembers this one? Smash TV. This is like one of these like freakish like game show, like pseudo game shows. This is definitely like in like the whole cyberpunk or like pseudo cyberpunk genre that was like stupid huge. It's like dystopian future where you have like video game contestants with live weapons just like shooting at people or in things for cash prizes. And this was like, there's an arcade version. I first saw this in the arcade, and I think I maybe rented this a few times for the NES. But this was like, yeah, totally edgy, man. This is like fucking. And it's a you know, typical 80s, like, you know, it's like all like girls in bikinis and ultra sex and violence and all that good stuff. But the controls are really hard. Ah, you mother effer. They're coming after me! Bam, 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 bam! Jesus. This is back when video games are effing hard. Damn it! So yeah, these guys are coming out with bats, and I have a gun, but there's a whole lot of them. And that's it. I think I'm done. Like I said, this is definitely one of the harder games that there is out there. And like even the font is very reminiscent of like you know kind of like 80s television. You know, this is kind of very big, you know, kind of cultural. Pile of cash over there. A brand new VCR. Yeah, this is like. That was the thing though. Electronics were kind of expensive. Everyone makes like the joke about like big screen TVs and like, you know, shitty infotainment. But like at one point it was actually all expensive. So much that people were willing. Alright, that's enough for that game. I'm sure somebody beat him. I'm sure somebody's really good at this game. I'm just not. Yeah, I have my old Game Boy Advanced. I definitely like to take a look at that, but that's one of the things I probably should have thought about and figured out a way that I could like hook this up to the stream. Maybe another thing. Maybe on another show. I'll definitely explore Game Boy Advanced. But it's like one of those. Definitely talk to Cyrusel first. Figure out how we can get this. That's weird. It's all in Japanese. Oh, come on. I don't want to be fighting the wrong side of World War II. Okay, so I have a button that actually is like a Galaga, but like in World War II. This is like Galaga, but like World War II themed Galaga. And I have a lightning button. Ow! Like you barrels. Visual contact with surface attacking. Bam, 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 bam. Damn it. But yeah, video games are a lot harder back then. Everyone complains about video games being hard these days, but video games were stupid, unforgiving. You don't play them in a while, kind of. Gotcha. Being an 80s and a 90s gamer, it wasn't easy, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Romans 6. Is this 2.5 D with 2D different sprites? The switch when you move left and right? No, this is not 2.5D. This is all pure 2D. This is not even 2.5D. This is all pure 2D with some animations to go up and over. So it's not even like Doom, where Doom is like 2.5 dimensions. This is all pure 2 dimensions. So yeah, the chiptunes slap. I gotta tell you, this is like, uh, it's not 100% legitimate. Obviously, this is obviously an emulator. This is FCEUX. Remember back in the day, I used to play Nesticle. Anybody remembers Nesticle? Believe it or not, these are all the ROMs. I literally got these my time in the service, right? When I was deployed over Iraq, we had these things we were like passing them around. 1999. What the hell was this one? I mean, some people love like the Japanese ROMs. Me personally, I don't speak Japanese. Let's kind of go through these some more. Let's go through more famous ones that like. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Contra. Contra. Other classic likeness of what's it called? Stallone and Schwarzenegger when they were in their peak. It's supposed to be this. It's another. Yeah, this is badass. Very much 80s like kind of action movie. Kind of like, almost like original period like 80s action movie like late 80s. Back when these stores were current. And I missed the S. I'm sorry, these controls feel like they're backwards. Yeah, left, right, A, B, A, E, start, Konami code, gamepad config. I'm pretty sure I have A and B backwards. Change A. Change B. Okay. Options, gamepad config. A, B, saved. And reset emulations, reset. Again, cool thing about having this on like a 21st century computer where everything's on RAID is there's no consoles, there's no cartridges to tap and blow around the room. Yes, S is basically, I think, what's it called? The S from Contra is probably not my favorite weapon. It's probably one of my all-time favorite weapons of any video game ever, all time. Definitely hands down, definitely powerful. All right, emulation. Okay, I did something wrong here. A, B. What the? Alright, so now the buttons appear to not be working for like whatever reason. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, this lights up. Cool. I didn't even know this feature was on here. Check this out. Lights up. Emulation. A button, B button. working now. What the hell? What the? Okay, so now this is working. Whatever, that's weird. I had to restart the program, but now this is working. Program is restarted. And options, file. Let's make this a little larger. There we go. Would help if I got the controls right. They're double assigned. Alright, now I'm feeling good about myself. This makes more sense. Still, S gets away from me. There we go. L is cool, but not as cool as S. So we're sticking with S. Oh, really? Come on. Even still, this again kind of looks like it's 3D, but you're only moving in 2D, even though if it kind of renders like a 3D looking room here. But at the time in like the 80s, when this is like, damn it, this control gets a little squirrely on me. I don't know if it's just me. The control just a little. See, the control just There we go. Oh, more effort, really? Really? Yeah, these are always the hardest rooms. Yeah, and then this kind of gets squirrely on me. There we go. So I keep hitting the down button. So you have to get these things, and then you have like this weird eye thing. I mean, the 80s had some of the best villains, let me tell you. Like... But yeah, I really wish I had that S one about now. I could have really used one of the S. This is when it gets like, what the F? It's like this fucking like cobra head, it's like this snake head. Well, I got to the waterfall level first go, so I mean, like, you can tell I actually played this game. Alright, probably second coolest weapon in the game. Ow, really? Alright. Alright, moving on. Alright, what else we got here? G.I. Joe, Atlantis Factor. Mega Man 3. Oh, that's right, Ninja Turtles. Oh, Ninja Gator was damn near close to impossible. There's no way in hell I'm beating... Jesus. Yeah, but kids will never know. Oh, one of these guys. I almost forgot about this. Fucking. Oh! I almost forgot how hard this game is. Alright, lucked out on that one. Oh man, most difficult retro game is New Herd. That one's not fun. Jesus. Magnet Man. This is gonna be a good one, right? All right. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Alright, so far this one seems a little easier. Uh-oh. Oh, I almost forgot about that guy. Like the mini boss fights, like you're evil. Ninja Turtles. Somebody mentioned Ninja Turtles. Let's get some. Absolutely apologize for this, right? This is like kind of old video games, a lot harder than they used to be. A lot harder than they are now. And kind of, you haven't played them in a while, and they kind of. Where do we have it? All right. Somebody mentioned Ninja Turtles, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, teenage. Just for you, Roman. Uh-oh, and there's the boulders that come down the stairs. Alright. That makes total sense, guys, right? There's boulders, there's like, not even boulders, just bowling balls. Come on. These things suck, man. These things fucking... Let's see. Let's try Ninja Turtles 3. I love how they're color-coded, like, what they do. I mean, but, like, who would do that with, like, their troops? Like, yeah, we're gonna let everybody know, like, what weapon you carry just by, like... And, like, you tan guys, you don't get a weapon. You just hang out on the beach and throw sand in people's face. I mean, like... That's just it. That's what you do as a henchman. You throw sand in people's face. No weapons. Yeah, that dude's got a fucking sword. But that's all you do is throw sand in people's face. You can't do that with a sword. You break it. Especially katana. They're not exactly. Bam. Sand ninjas. Throw sand in your face, man. Bam it. Watch out, right. Right, Michelangelo. He's a party dude. Party! Whoopsies! We're having... Alright, boss fight! Alright, Donatello! Come on, Leonardo! Alright, well at least I beat one boss, not complete suck ass. Those are stale breadsticks. Yeah, there's a very stale breadsticks. Bacon. Stale breadsticks for baking grease. Oh, this is... Yeah, it's fight on the surfboards because, like, cowabunga, dude. But this is like video game, like the coolest shit. Like, if you were a kid in the 90s, this was like the coolest thing to fucking do in the world, man. Let me tell you. Ah! I played this in Iraq too. Like, I was in the army downtime. I had like this like knockoff like PlayStation controller that I bought from PX. Actually, no, I bought it at like. Bought from one of the locals. It's like $10. He had like this whole big tarp of electronics like outside the PX, or outside that little trailer, like one of the posts. Get over here! Get over here! Get over here! I think you pretty much have to. Oh, I remember this part. Ah. Alright, I think I get the hang of this. They're jumping out of the waves. Alright. Kebab time. These are like number 5. And like somehow you're going like Battletoad was the best. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can call up GameStop and see if they have it in stock. Maybe we can play it. Toasty Turtle. Jesus. Jesus, what? Games used to be hard. Game over. Speaking of Battletoads. Alright, you want the Battletoads, you get Battletoads. Now this game is super hard. Very long levels, gameplay is complex. Battletoads! Got one fly. And apparently pigs fly in this game. Jesus. Fuck you. Damn, I got body slammed WWF style. Fuck. Oh. Got you, you. Another one of them. Better up. There you go. There we go. Damn it! I got one of them. Yeah. This isn't even the hard part. This is me choking on the easy part. Remember this part. It shoots. Alright, this isn't even the hard part. Battletoads Double Dragon felt like the first Smash Brothers type crossover. Wasn't that a SNES? Yeah, probably. I've never played that one, but yeah, it probably was. But Double Dragon was like actually before. Almost forgot. You have. But Double Dragon was basically the prototype of kind of before there was actually fighting games proper. Bird, you quack quack quack. There was Double Dragon. So Double Dragon was like a regular like kind of beat 'em up, but there's a 2-player, right? So you didn't have to fight the bad guys. You could just go fight each other if you really wanted to. So what people would do, either Double Dragon or the original Street Fighter was again a beak of a crow. There we go. So people beat the shit out of each other instead of like actually like playing like the narrative. So that like kind of evolved somewhere where you started having like Street Fighter games where people just fought player versus player and like that was a game. Oh, that was it's effing hard, man. Yep, this is chiptunes. Oh, you. You. There you go, you. Alright, you did that thing down like the corner. Yeah, they just cut the cable on you because they're crows. Alright, guys, this is just... What more? At this point, I'm going to say 5-minute warning. If anybody's listening out there, 5-minute warning. All right, so we're going to do. Let me go see if let's see if Side Pocket's ready to raid. Otherwise, I'm gonna go. I'll have to do it. Oh, crap. So like not ditching the stream yet, but just getting ready. Probably maybe like 1 or 2 more games, and gonna call it a night. All right, so just hold on 1 second. Looks like I'm gonna be doing the raid. All right, so all set up. Final questions, comments. Anything to say about Gnome Shell? Yeah, I'm really sorry about Gnome Shell. It's kind of boring. I was just kind of. And here's Gnome 40. I don't know how interesting you're gonna make. It's just like another ho-hum like OS update. It's just gonna be like nothing really exciting about it except for they just managed to effing break some things. Where's the button? Cyberpunk ambiance. I love it, right? I love it, right? You know, it's like 1980s, right? What's it called? We're fucking rocking like some 1980s shit and like Blade Runner and stuff. All right, so one more games. Anybody has like anything? Anarchist tech support. Any suggestions for debugging a kernel issue? It's integrated with the video player. Any video. Strangely enough, when it stays paused long enough, the system freezes, eventually reboots. Home-rolled kernel. Well, oh, talk about extremely random comment, extremely random question. Oh, um, I was about to say, check what's in Verilog messages or Verilog messages.1.gz or whatever it is. Hopefully. Uh, Otherwise, be more specific about which video player, which desktop environment are you running, like X, Wayland, home rolled kernel. What did you do to the kernel? What did you do to the kernel? Uh, um, that's just it. A bunch of anarchists holding Colonel Panic hostage. No, no, no. It's a joke. Funny. But could be a lot of things. Could be a Colonel Panic. Definitely sounds like a Colonel Panic, which could be any number of one things. It's your debugging a kernel. Check Verilog messages, check dmessage. What's it called? Figure out if something's. What did I do to the kernel? What didn't I do? It's like I said, you're not really being specific enough. What didn't I do to the kernel? Of course, feared the worst. The anarchist tech support has kidnapped the kernel, holding him hostage. Like a good terrorist they are. Well, uh, yeah, definitely sounds like a kernel panic. It could be a kernel panic. It's like I said, I don't have enough information to go by. Um, but check Verilog messages is generally kernel messages. Same thing. Depending on how syslog is set up, it might put it into a few different files. I check whatever's in syslog ng files and rsyslog depending on what's running. I'm seeing if it puts like kernel message just somewhere else. What's it called? Dmessage. Uh, I try running the video player from the command line, like in the virtual terminal, of course, so it'll run in the GUI, but it will help maybe output output messages. So hopefully, try running with debug and see if that kind of kicks out, barbs a nice error message to standard error, standard out, or hopefully standard error if it crashes. If it doesn't do that, might want to try strace. We'll give you more of a barf, but that's gives you a lot of messages. Oh, GRSec, my old friend. All right. So the open source inheritor of GRSec. Ooh, CFS and a few other things. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I say it's probably gonna be GRSec. I've had issues with GRSec before. Uh, Weird story time. I used to run like, oh yeah, GRSec is cool, but it's like it's bad, right? When they say when they're like, oh yeah, well the average person is just not going to be able to, they're not going to go through all the configuration keys because the average person just isn't smart enough to go through all those. And you're like, you just have to use it for a week and build a profile, and you're like, oh God, that's not how it works. That's not how security really works. Security is process, 100%. So if you can't configure it, you can't put a config through that config on like Assault or Git or like whatever, and you can't audit the config, have a person audit the config and like go through like the config. That's not really security. It's like it's snake oil. Then you're going to cause errors. But anyway, GRSec. One time I rebooted my system. I was actually when I first started working in tech, I was running Ninja OS, and I was doing all the development, and the website was literally Arch on Metal on this Supermicro chassis. This is a long time ago. This is like really a long time ago. So one time I patched and it didn't come back up, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I put a crash card on it, and it would kernel panic on boot. So I'm like, "What the hell?" So I start looking at the panic, right? And then I just what's it called? I boot it into a root with with an Arch install disk, and then I just boot the regular kernel, and it boots the regular kernel, right? And I'm like, oh shit. So what eventually I found for going through the logs was the LSI RAID controller, like the Dell Perk. It was like a Dell Perk 5, like the Dell Perk RAID controller, like the hardware RAID controller, was interfering with GRSec, and basically two modules conflict and it would just crash. So it's like one of those. Um, yeah, I don't have good things to say about GRSec. What I will do, what's it called? A couple episodes again, I actually did deal with this about like how I do this because I run the Ninja OS kernel. I show you what goes into Dash Ninja, but the big thing, two big things are AUFS and Linux hardened, like these patches. So there might be some issues with this. GRSec plumbed the kernel and reordered things better. What they think is better, it's just kind of, it's again, they put so much fine grain controls, it's just not configurable. GRSec is really Anthrax on GitHub is a person who's got it. No, this is one I use Linux hardened. I think some of it might have been. I haven't had issues with one. This is what I use, but yeah, it's Anthrax. Um, it's some of the things from GRSec without most of the bullshit. Kernel, what's it called? KSSP, which is what Anthrax maintains. This is what this is, KSSP, or shares channel with. And then the system freezes and eventually. I mean, as far as ZFS patched in, I mean, I also tried taking ZFS out and then just running ZFS DKMS as another recommendation. I mean, there's no reason not to use DKMS with ZFS. So it'd probably work better. Notifications here. But yeah, this one. Also note, this is for Archlinux. He targets Arch. Anthrax is is an Archer, is another Arch dude. So I'm not saying you shouldn't use another kernels. I'm just saying this kind of um, does kind of target Arch, because it's like I said, he literally maintains his own package here. So another thing to do is, like, again, you could probably try, like I said, like, as you've noticed that, like, he maintains his own package in Arch. Yeah, so SCR didn't offer anything, so yeah, it's probably kernel panic. So what I do for your kernel config is I'd actually try not just taking the patches from here, is I'd actually try using the kernel config right from here. And I try, like, actually just follow, like, what's it called? What if you're not running Arch, whatever other distro you're using, I'd kind of take, like, the package build and I'd port this over to whatever. I go here. It's like I said, where whatever options you're using in this one, with whatever config here, I'd use. But the only problem with this one was actually the discussion with him. We got in a bit of a yelling match, and kind of regrettably on my part, is he has there's this AMD memory encryption module that he has by default, which I don't like because it doesn't work. And then because it's not like in the mainline kernel, but because it's not in it's not it is upstream, but it's not enabled by default because it doesn't exactly work right. So they didn't enable by default, but it's security, so it kind of got thrown in there. That's my only real complaint. Otherwise, I use this patch with Ninja OS, and so far I haven't had any issues. But like anytime you do into like kernel hardening, you always run into issues. Like it's like I said, there's a lot of times there's a lot of reasons why you might get extra security. There's a lot of reasons why the patches aren't included upstream, and a lot of times it's stability reasons. So one more game, trying to go through like all the classics of all the stuff that I kind of went over. Mario 2, like especially everything like I kind of remember as a kid. So let's go one more. RBI Baseball. I used to play RBI Baseball. I had RBI Baseball 4. It's not here. Or am I thinking of something else? Bases Loaded, RBI. One of those. River City Ransom. Oh, here we go. Super Mario Brothers 3. Another all-time classic. Probably very much one of the last games for the system. Very much a defining game for both this console and. Oh, okay. So you can't do DKMS. I see. I got you. Okay, so missing turtle. I gotta go. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Is the turtle gonna respawn or? Yes, turtle's gonna respawn. Jesus Christ. There we go. Got the Tanuki suit. Yay! I've played the hell out of this game. Oh, at least the first couple levels. Like a pro! So before I wrap it up, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. Once again, I apologize. Gnome was like, Gnome! I'll have like a guard gnome or something like next time. So, any questions about Archville Linux, Gnome Shell, old school Nintendo games? Jesus. Oopsies. Star again. Patching a few other DKMS drivers. Aircrack NG makes nice drivers. Oh, all the patch monitor injection mode drivers from like 10, 15 years ago, or they've been mainline since 2.6.28, so you don't have to patch it anymore. So like Aircrack NG doesn't really make the drivers anymore. As far as Aircrack NG goes, like these days there's better ways of doing that, really. Mostly. Oh, that's one thing I haven't considered. I've never tried. Wait, what? What's it called? DKMS. DKMS works in Linux Hardened. I'm running Linux Hardened now, and I think I have at least one DKMS module. I know that much. At least one. That's right. The VirtualBox driver is. Oh, that's probably why the VirtualBox driver is DKMS. Yeah, those are DK. What's it called? So yeah, I mean, like that seems to work in hardened. So might be it, might not be it. What distro are you running? You running Arch? Oh, so now you're running in Gentoo, which, I hate to say this about Gentoo, is now you're pretty much a little above my pay grade. Mostly for like the sole reason is because it's like so custom, there's like a million things that could go wrong. Like a million like different like little kernel like configs, kernel, GCC, like some options somewhere, and I really don't have enough experience with Gentoo to really tell you at this point. Other than this is the reason why everyone makes fun of Gentoo. Woohoo! Spooky, spooky ghosts! Yeah. That's what you get for not paying attention. Now it... Oh, no, I can't get that second warp whistle because I don't have now I actually have to fight the boss. I mean, no. I mean, like, when you're doing shit like this, it's kind of what Gen 2 was intended for, anarchist tech support. That's what they built Gen 2 for. I mean, like, doing, like, weird shit. But the problem is, when you do weird shit, I mean, you get unexpected breakages. I mean, we'll just have the fun of it. Don't let me discourage you from, like, kind of... I didn't even know that rogue kernel module thing existed. I'm gonna look into that one now, and I'm actually gonna. It's like I said, like documentation on kind of Linux hardened is kind of. It's kind of, to be honest with you, it's kind of sparse. But thanks for pointing out that rogue module thing. And I'm missing the one up because I'm not a raccoon. Do this one here. Not quite. Whew. Yeah, I'm about to end it. Okay. Yes, I saw that. Thank you. There we go. 2-minute warning mark. Yeah, this is the one where like you have like the bricks that come after you. I remember like the first time like you saw that one, it was just like kind of like, oh, what the hell is this? Like. Alright, so let me get one past this level right here. Oh, man. No, it's not. We were right reference. All right. So the stream's got on. I guess long enough. About to what's it called? One last thing. Make this real bigger. What's it called? Before I end the stream. Any last chance for questions, comments? Anything about the stream? Well, everybody, I want to thank you all for watching. It's been a fun night. I'd like to say it's been a fun night. Gnome 40's been a snooze fest. Much apologize for that one. But honestly, the real people should be apologizing about the Gnome Foundation. At very least, they should fix their JavaScript. Or maybe their, GLX implementations. Anyway, from Jersey City, New Jersey, I'm G.I. Jack. Y'all have a good night and kick it. Fucking.